This is the Maxi-Korg, and it is effectively two Mini-Korgs in one. You have all the controls of a Mini-Korg, not once, but twice. In addition to that, you've got controls that are designed to manage the fact that you have two synthesizers here behind one keyboard. Let me play a couple of different sounds, and first I want to draw your attention to a thing they call the Traveler, and the Traveler is a pair of filters. One is a low-pass filter, one is a high-pass filter, so we're only listening to the top synthesizer as I'm playing. So we've got the Maxi-Korg. There are several traditional synthesizer groups of controls, oscillator, VCA, VCF, and then some performance controls and controls that are based on managing the fact that you have not one but two separate voices here. The synthesizer is what would be called bitimbral. I want to mention a couple of quirky things. Probably the most unusual quirky thing by today's synthesizer standards is the orientation of the sliders. You'll notice that the slider legend shows from 0 to 8, 0 to 8, and you'll notice that one of the voices is all the way on and the other is all the way off. Can you guess which is which? Well, this one's all the way on, it's in the down position. And this one's all the way off, it's in the up position. So that's one quirky thing. Another quirky thing is that the names are frequently different. Even though you've got common names like VCO, VCA, and VCF, this combination of high-pass filter and low-pass filter is called the Traveler. Here you've got a control that says bright, expand. So you've got a lot of different naming conventions that are not the standard naming conventions. Bear in mind that this instrument came out in the mid-70s when the synthesizer market was the Wild West. Okay, so let's go through the controls kind of left to right. We've got coarse and fine tune. There's a center to tent on the coarse tune, which is very nice. You've got, as mentioned, the two filters and independent control of the cutoff. You have this bright control, which is what would otherwise be called resonance. And it's a 3-position switch, not a fader. And this is resonance off, resonance moderate, and very high resonance without oscillation. Expand has to do with how much of the envelope generator gets routed to the filter to control it. So none at all, moderate, a lot. The envelope generator has just two slider controls. Attack is fairly obvious, other than the fact that it's kind of backwards. And they call this percussion on the top and singing on the bottom. This is a decay. And if you've got this switch in the down position, it's not only the decay, but also the release. In the middle position of this sustain hold switch, as soon as you let go of a key, it cuts off. And with the sustain, it continues whatever time constant was going. This changes the range of these time constants for the envelope. That's the envelope. It's always going into the VCA, and it may be going into the VCF. The next section that we're going to cover is the oscillator section. And to be clear, there is only a single oscillator. You can have different octaves on each of the two wave shapers. Let's just listen to that. That's pink noise. So you've got 6 octaves of range, and then you've got this mixer in the far right position. It is a sawtooth wave. And then you can mix between the two. So it's pretty flexible. Finally, you've got the option of having the ring modulator output, which uses both oscillators. Then you have performance controls. You've got vibrato, either center position off, on all the time in the up position, and delayed in the down position. So let's put it in the on position. And we also have a delayed vibrato. Additionally, you have a bender, a pitch bend up an octave or down an octave. The controls over here for the bender control the delay before it comes in and the speed with which it bends. Finally, you've got portamento, variable according to this slider. So those are the performance controls. So finally, we have this section which manages the fact that you have 2 synthesizers. First of all, there's the mixer, which we've seen. And now they're both on. Now they're both off. Second, what they call key transpose. What that really is what happens if you hit a single key. In the up position, if you hit a single key, they'll both play. And in this position, it'll only play the upper voice until you hit a second key that's to the left. Similarly, in this position, it will only play the lower voice unless you hit a higher note. Finally, with both of them down, it won't play it all unless you hit 2 notes at a time. Finally, you have the repeat section, and you can have either the upper voice repeating, the lower voice repeating, both repeating. In this case, they're alternating. Since they're panned a little bit, if you're listening in stereo, it's playing one, then the other. And finally, there is a delay. Let's have both of them play. which is a nice effect. And those are all the controls on the front panel. Thank you for watching.